Hello everybody, my name is Robert Saberniak from the YouTube channel number one Air Gunner, and today we are going to be doing a review on a couple things. Number one, this case right here. First and foremost, let me tell you right now, this case is made by a company called TMZ. This is the case. The gun. It's a very nice gun case. And let me tell you right now, this was made in China, and not all. This just goes to show you right here. Not all things that are made in China are junk. I bought this case right here for $50 on Amazon.com. Free shipping and all, 2-day shipping. And it is a very nice case. It is it can fit as the video showing right here. It fits a very nice, a very big and nice, fully scoped Gamo Swarm Magnum, which that's something else we're going to do a review on here in a minute. But first, the case that it's in. It's got a nice metal outer layer. It's the outer now it's not completely, it's not real thin metal. I mean, it's not real thick metal, but it's but it's got an outer layer of a really thin aircraft grade aluminum metal. And well, okay, it's not it's not the best case in the world. It's not the most strongest case in the world. It's definitely a lot sturdier than what you find at places like Academy, which, like this right here. These, $30. You can find these at Academy, and they're made out of plastic, and you can't even fit a fully scoped rifle in there. And they just don't, as you can see, this one didn't really hold up last very long at all. Within 3 months, this one broke. But this one, I believe the company's name is TMZ, and it's very sturdy. It fits this Gamo Swarm Magnum in here, which is as you guys have already figured out, that is a pretty long rifle. This rifle here is probably about probably I want to say 5 feet in length. It's definitely close to 49 inches. So. And it fits quite snugly in here, and it's got this gun case has got a nice foam padding in it, and it's got a nice it's got the option of if you want to close it, and you want to just do a key lock. There's key locks on here, but I found out that the key locks are kind of cheap, but that's no big deal because look. It's got a combination setting on it on each side, and that works really well. So again, it's not really it's not the most expensive or the most nicest, or maybe not the most strongest in the world, but it's definitely light years ahead of what you find in stores like Academy or even Bass Pro Shops. I mean, come on, guys. You guys are a sporting goods store. You guys should be able to sell, a lot more, gun accessories, or gun cases than just Plano. This is, this is made in China right here, and this gun case is made in China right here, and it's billions of times more sturdier than that stuff right there. But Anyway, moving on. Moving on to the rifle that's inside the case here. Now, this rifle is, I paid about $300 for it on at Pyramid Air, and oh my gosh, man, wow, this rifle is got some power. It is a beast. I mean, the only gripe that I have about this gun is that it's when you go to break the barrel open, it's really hard to break that barrel open. And I have been going to a gym for over 20 years, and I'm familiar with preacher arm curls, and I can do close to 150 pounds on rope pull downs and whatnot. And even for a big strong guy like me, man, after about 30 shots or so, this gun right here wears you out. I mean, it wears me out. So with that being said, after when I fired it the first time, I was using those cheap. Well, let me show you the bullets here. Anyway, I was using these cheap Crossman hollow points. And because I really didn't want to, waste any rounds on sighting my scope in any of my good hunting rounds, like my H&N Hornets, which, by the way, shoot very well in that gun. But when I fired the first couple rounds in this gun, they were the Crossman Premier hollow points, and it says right there on the tin. It says they're 14.3 grains, and I chronographed these. These were going supersonic out of this gun, and now mind you, that was just fresh out of the box. But and this gun probably still hasn't really been completely wore in yet. But I just chronographed the H&N Hornets. And I just chronographed them today, and in fact I did some target shooting with it as well, and I'm going to show you the results here in a minute. But the FPS for the H&N Hornets was just under 900 feet per second. So that's screaming. So also another bullet that shoots really well in this gun that I found out is the Skincro Ultra Mag, which I have right here, I believe. Here they are. These right here. These are almost just like the H&N Hornets, except for these are not quite as aerodynamic. But they're almost, they're not too far behind them. They're pretty accurate in this gun, and they're about, I don't know if you can see it there, but they're 18.3 grains, and they were doing doing close to 800 feet per second out of this gun, which again is not too bad at all. With that being said, the amount of recoil in this gun, it's not a real gripe. It's not a real complaint. But for an air gun, this gun recoils quite violently. When it recoils, it feels like maybe a 25 or even a 30 caliber. So with that being said, I didn't even bother putting the piece of crap stock scope on here. I put a nice Leapers Picatinny mount, and I put of course a Leapers 2 by 12 by 44 on here, lighted milled out glass and glass etched reticle, and so far this thing holds up very well on this gun. Overall, I am quite pleased. Pyramid there. They did me right by selling me this gun. This gun is very comfortable to shoot. The trigger, now the trigger pull is a little bit longer. It's a little bit longer of a pull, but it's still manageable. This gun does have a fully adjustable trigger. I don't know if you can see where the screw is right there. There you go. You just you turn that screw and right there, and you can adjust it to the length that you want it. So anyway, also because I have a bad problem with critters, you know, things like skunks and stuff like that around here. I added some night hunting equipment to it. This is a BSA. This is a BSA laser pointer right here, and with these, I found out that these right here will not hold their zero very well. So I sighted this thing in, because see, my scope is sighted in for well past 35 yards, and I'll show you the target area that I was hitting today. But so I sighted that scope in for well past 35 yards, and I mounted a BSA laser, and I sighted that thing in for maybe about 15 yards, in case, you know, I'm out here sitting on my front porch and boom, all of a sudden I see a skunk or an opossum real close, and I didn't want to have to use any holdover, so, or have to look through the scope. I can just point the laser and just, you know, and just shoot. With that being said, I sighted the BSA laser in for about maybe 15 yards. It wouldn't hold at zero, so what I did was I took the screws out right there, and I don't know if you can see it, but that little bit of residue right there, that's a product that I use called E6000, and people told me, well, people have asked me, well, why don't you use Loctite? Well, Loctite is it takes over a week to dry sometimes, whereas E6000, it dries really, really fast, and also it's also non-flammable, non-toxic. So you can do it right there in front of a water heater, right there inside your house, and you don't have to worry about the vapors giving you, you know, any problems or going boom or anything like that. And it also dries. This stuff dries about 10 times faster and stronger than what normal Loctite would. So just to, you know, give everybody, you know, a heads up out there. Loctite isn't the only thread locker you can use. You can use E6000, which technically speaking is actually a glue, but it's not so strong to where, you know, if you need to get the screws off, it won't come off. No, it's not like that. But it's a lot stronger than Loctite, or blue Loctite anyway. Also, another feature that I bought for this gun is this. Have you all heard of the Laser Genetics Sub-Zero ND3? Well, this right here is just the same thing, but it's just under a different name, and it's a lot cheaper. Again, I found this on Amazon for maybe $60, whereas a Laser Genetics one is well up over 100. So I bought this, and I mount it to this. It only takes, you know, even it won't fit inside the case here, but it only takes. But that's not a problem, because look, it only takes what 5 seconds to screw that thing on there, and boom, you have yourself night vision. This light right here is so powerful, you can see it from about a mile away. If you can adjust the beam from a broad to all the way down to a little pinpoint laser beam, and you have to be really careful with this not to point this up into the sky, because it can actually blind really seriously. This light right here can actually blind pilots, and the FAA and the FBI will come and they will interrogate you. So folks, please be really careful with these any of these laser designators. Anyway, so yeah, this has been a pretty good little gun so far. So good. I'm really impressed with it. I like, again, I like the 10-shot repeater magazine. That when you open the barrel, it just automatically loads it, and no more fumbling around inside your pocket. And it's very accurate. And I'm going to show you just how spot on accurate this is. Now, I don't know if you can see from here. Let me open the door. But that white bucket all the way down there, I don't know if you can see it, but sorry if it's a little bit blurry, but that white bucket, there you go. I had to wait for my phone's camera to zoom in there. But that white bucket all the way down there where those trees are at, it was getting maybe about I want to say 3/4 inch groups, and which is not bad. And yeah, there it is, all the way panned back. And by the way, if you people see different groups on different parts of the paper, that's not the gun that's doing that. That was me intentionally shooting different groups on different parts of the paper, just, you know, so I can make sure I knew where all the shots were going. But I shot some cans that were filled with water on top of that bucket right there, and this is what it did. These cans right here, they were I had them one behind the other. They were filled with water, and it just, look, there's your entrance, there's your exit. Went through one can, hit the other, and just same thing right there. So if this was an animal such as a raccoon or even a raccoon or something like that, it would be that Gamo Magnum, that 22 caliber Gamo Magnum that's in that that silver box right there would not be good news for them. So it's very accurate, very powerful, and very fast, almost on par with. Go ahead and laugh if you will, but it's almost on par with a 22 long rifle. So, as James from Shoot to Kill has said before, that just goes to show you that air rifles, they can kill. They do have some force behind them. I mean, they're not as powerful as firearms can be, but they're not the weak little daisy Red Riders that they used to be. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope this gives you some good advice on which air rifles to choose if you are a beginning if you are new to air rifles, and you don't know how to lift weights or anything, which is no offense, but this gun right here, I would not recommend getting this gun right here, because simply put, because it's just so hard to break open. It requires at least 50 pounds of effort to break the barrel open. But if you're one of those guys that's like me and is seriously into air rifles, and maybe you're looking for a gun that's got a little bit more power, this will be the one for you. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.